My whole idea for 50, from the first time I started thinking about it, was celebration. People hear that and they're like, okay, but what's it gonna be? So we still have Survivor. It's a season of Survivor, full of fun and all sorts of great things happen. It's one of my favorite all-time experiences of my life was doing 50. But in my heart, every day, it was celebration. We're here. We are here. We're in our 50th season. And we got here on the backs of all of you. So let's go have a fun season. And what that meant to me was, in the context of Survivor, go play the game hard. Go be vulnerable. Get hurt, get tired, get muddy, get grumpy, get whatever. Just get real. And everyone did. Everybody showed up. So every day I was smiling, exhausted, but smiling. So that's what I hope fans feel is, wow, we all got here together. You're either a fan, you're a player, or you're a producer. But that little triangle is our world.
Welcome back to On Creativity with Paula Wallace. Today's special guest, Jeff Probst.
Jeff, the tribe has spoken, and you're our Legend of Television honoree this year. Congratulations, and welcome to the SCAD TV Fest ahead of Survivor's historic 50th season. Survivor is, without doubt, the legendary series that it is, setting the gold standard for reality television. And you kind of anticipated this early on, because I heard about your clairvoyant audition tape.
Yeah, when I first got my first meeting on the show, I met with Mark Burnett, the guy who brought it to America. But when it ended, it didn't seem like I'd made much of an impression on him. You know, he said, well, very nice to meet you. And I thought, nice to meet me. That's it? So I built a series of letters in a bottle. And I made the bottle and everything, and I sent them to CBS. And basically every article said, Survivor's going to change television, be the biggest thing to ever hit. And some of the success was due to a very likable but very unknown Jeff Probst. And I don't even know if that had any impact, but it is funny that Survivor did sort of change television. It was very big.
Absolutely.
And I'm still here 25 years later.
Well, it's the energy you project and the attention to detail, as well as the big picture things. I mean, I'm kind of the same way here, like very interested in everything that goes on here.
It's very interesting the way you said that, because you're right. It's the big picture. It's also the close-up. You got to have it all.
And so it's really in the bottle, letter in the bottle?
Yeah. I made a craft project. My mom taught me how to make crafts when I was little. And I burned the edges, and I used different fonts, and I had passport stamps. And I just wanted it to feel like somebody found this bottle washed up on the shore about this show called Survivor. And I've always been that way. That's what I was saying in the masterclass. If I want something, I'm going for it.
Yeah.
And I say yes to everything. Any opportunity to get in front of a camera, be interview, run the camera, anything. Get your hands muddy.
Prescient, though, about the success.
That was just
But
a
you
desperate
made it. No,
person.
you made it a success.
Yeah, a team of us, definitely. Yeah, and we worked very hard. I mean, Survivor's definitely not a job that any of us take for granted. We know that we have this glass ball, and that, the thing I always say is you don't want to break the glass ball, which is Survivor, but you have to be willing to throw the glass ball up in the air and just hope you catch it, because you got to take risks. Quinn asked me something this morning about evolution and legacy, and we were talking about how they go hand in hand. You have to evolve to be around long enough to have a legacy.
Exactly. You've got your audience, you've got your advertisers, and they expect a certain thing, but they also expect something new.
Same thing, only different. Yeah. How do you do that?
Yeah, same thing, only different. Yeah. Well, I love the way you manifested that success, and I advise students to do that too.
Yeah.
I mean, project what you want it to be, but then work to make sure that it happens.
Yeah, it's important, and not be afraid to have a dream.
Yeah.
It's okay to say, this is what I want to do, as big as you can imagine.
Yeah, we love dreams.
Yeah.
But we have to make them real.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Survivor 50 isn't just another season. It's a cultural milestone, really. I mean, this is a big, big deal. When audiences watch it, what do you hope they feel more than anything else?
It's a great question, because my whole idea for 50, from the first time I started thinking about it, was celebration. People hear that and they're like, okay, but what's it going to be? So we still have Survivor. It's a season of Survivor, full of fun and all sorts of great things happen. It's one of my favorite all-time experiences of my life was doing 50. But in my heart, every day, it was celebration. We're here. We are here. We're in our 50th season. And we got here on the backs of all of you. So let's go have a fun season. And what that meant to me was, in the context of Survivor, go play the game hard. Go be vulnerable. Get hurt, get tired, get muddy, get grumpy, get whatever. Just get real. And everyone did. Paula, everybody showed up. And whatever your situation is specific to that situation. On ours, it is go get muddy in the game of Survivor. And they did. So every day I was smiling, exhausted, but smiling. So that's what I hope fans feel is, wow, we all got here together. You're either a fan, you're a player, or you're a producer. But that little triangle is our world.
Yeah, we're coming upon the 50th anniversary of SCAD, so I'm going to take a page from your book and see what you're doing and try to incorporate some surprise and delight, but also what people would expect.
That's better said than me. Surprise and delight and the Survivor you love.
Yeah, all of it. You know, Survivor's built on constraints, limited food, limited trust, limited information.
Right.
As a creator, how have these constraints actually expanded your creativity?
Yeah, that's the question. The tighter the box, the more you can inside it. You know, Survivor is a format. To me, the format is you take a group of people, you drop them on an island, you force them to really rely on each other in a real jungle while conspiring against each other. That's the box. But once you're inside that box, there's crevices everywhere to explore. We haven't even begun to tap into what you can study on Survivor. But your initial instinct is, well, I don't want it to be that tight. I need a little more room. No, build rules for your world. I mean, every screenwriter knows you got to have the rules of the world and adhere to them. But inside that world of rules, go wherever you want, man.
What are you still learning about human nature?
That it's completely unpredictable and that who we front when we are well-rested and in a good mood and the lighting is nice is very different from who we are when no one's around or when we're tired or when we don't feel well or when we're upset that a friend hurt our feelings. Yeah. And I mean, that's what Survivor studies is, who are you when you're stripped of everything? So we have to strip you of everything. And it's hard. And your cognitive abilities start to decline. And suddenly you're looking at your card and you're like, I can't even make sense. And I wrote this question. Yeah, because you're not eating and you're not sleeping and you don't trust anybody. Who are you? And you keep drilling down and until you get to a point where somebody realizes, this is who I am. And this is actually who I am. You know, and that's pretty groundbreaking for people to finally be in a position where they are broken in a positive way, because you don't have any of the artifice around you anymore. It's just you and those same stanky shorts and that cut on your arm and that guy that betrayed you last night. You know, it's pretty powerful, vulnerable, but powerful.
It's humanity in an ecosystem of an ecology of an island.
Exactly. It's what it is. And talk about our box. It's very small. It's a little island with a bunch of people, but man, on that island, all kinds of things happen in terms of human behavior.
And you keep it exciting. That's what I love.
Well, that's the art of the story. You know, we were talking earlier in the masterclass about the scripted world and the unscripted world really are very similar.
Really?
The only difference is in the scripted world, you have the environment and the characters. That's decided by the producers. It can be a TV show that takes place on the moon or on an island, fiction or nonfiction. The only difference between scripted and unscripted is when it gets to the situation. The writer creates a situation in scripted, and the writer creates the behavior the performer will do, the character. We create the situation. We don't tell you what to do.
Yeah.
So you write the show, and then we come back and edit it and present it. So that's really the only difference. Everything else is the same. Same cameras, same everything, same editing techniques. It's just one is written ahead of time and one is written in real time.
How do you think it's evolved over time? Because now all your competitors have seen the show,
Right.
and they're fans, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a fundamental part of our evolution is in the beginning, nobody understood the game. So we just watched you figure it out.
Yeah.
Then players start to figure out the game, and then they start to game the game. Now they know the game. So then you have to put something in that they didn't expect, a surprise, a left turn, whatever, a detour. And that's what we've been doing every year, is just adding new dilemmas and new situations that you have to make a decision. We don't tell you whether to pick up the idol or the advantage or not. It's up to you. But if you pick it up, you've just now done something and you've made a turning point. And now the story's going this way. So that's all we're doing as a game design. But Paula, the gist of the show hasn't changed. It's still the same question. Who are you when you're stripped of everything? The game is marvelously fun to play because you get to lie, cheat, steal, deceive. But it's the experience you're having while playing it and living in the jungle. That's what resonates in your soul.
Yeah, probably everybody can see a little bit of themselves.
Always when you're watching, you either see something you wouldn't do, I would never do that, or I might do that. But you won't know until you get up off the couch and give it a go.
At SCAD, we have a professional presentation studio that we call SCAD AMP because it's about amplifying your story, where students and alumni can really hone their communication skills. And I think we can really learn a great deal about communication mastery and really audience engagement from you. But I'm wondering, for you as a host, is the tribal council the most challenging?
It's an interesting way. That's interesting. I don't know that any particular part of the show is most challenging. I think it's on any given day, in any given situation, what is the most challenging? Because a moment can happen at any point. Like we had a moment last season where this woman, we're many days in, she's dealing with the death of her mom, and she's out there and she's overwhelmed. She's broken, and she just needs her mom in this very vulnerable moment. Well, that's either difficult or a beautiful opportunity, but that's going to be way more important than anything I'm going to ask at tribal council, because this is a real person dealing with a real thing, the loss of my mom, and I'm alone and I really want my mom right now. What do you do in that situation? As a host, you got to be able to figure that out. So I don't think of it as difficult as much as, wow, what a beautiful opportunity. I got to witness this and be a part of your moment. But I think that's the key to hosting. We were talking about it earlier, is you have to know when a moment's happening. That's the job. It's not reading some line or saying something. You just got to be aware, like, what is happening between us right now? And that's where the magic is.
You show your heart.
I feel my heart. I'm out there. I love doing Survivor. I love humans. I love behavior. I love all of it. So I'm happy when I'm out there. People think it's a put on. Like, how could you possibly still be this happy? Nope.
No.
I still enjoy it.
And they love you. I mean, they always say, we don't want to disappoint him. We want to
Yeah.
make him proud of us.
Yeah, some of them say that. And then some of them say, I don't really care what he thinks, which is what you want to be. Just do you.
You have another book coming out, Survivor Forged by Fire. And I'm wondering, when it hits shelves this year, what will we learn from this epic book of adventure?
Well, this was actually a book that was designed to try to take you inside what it's like to do Survivor through photos. So we have like 1,000 never before seen photographs that are really visceral about the experience. And then it has chapters that sort of follow the Joseph Campbell structure of our show. I have some old diaries I kept that we have some pages from those, which were really interesting to go back and look at from the first few days. And so that's the idea, is it's kind of a collector's piece because it's a cool book. It's heavy, it's thick paper, beautiful photography, a lot of words from me. And we really just wanted to celebrate 50 by saying, if you'll never play, take a read, take a look through this, because this is what it's like. That's what fingers look like that have been in the jungle in the rain for 4 days. That's what a face looks like that hasn't eaten in 15 days. You know, those kinds of feelings. And I think we did it. We've worked a year and a half on the book, and I'm really proud of it.
I mean, a book is something so permanent, and it's really shows your legacy, and when going back and seeing some of the history that you think is important.
Yeah, you're right. That's how we looked at it. It's kind of a legacy book. I doubt we'll ever do another one. This is the one.
Well, you've also authored a series of children's books called Stranded.
Yeah.
And it seems like you really work to make the whole Survivorverse a family environment.
Well, when I met my wife, she had 2 little kids, 4 and 6, and I was lucky enough to become a dad to them. And I was looking for fiction about a blended family, and there wasn't any. There were self-help books, like, hey, you have a new dad. So we kind of just conspired. This guy, Chris Tebbets, a writer, very good writer, and I pitched this series, and it was basically a shipwreck, in the survivor world, but really it was about relationships of kids who didn't know each other, type of thing, and a parent. So that was really what ignited it. It's funny now, if I were in there in your masterclass talking, I would say, stick to your guns and commit to your big swings, because in that book series, I wish I had gone harder, faster in the first 10 pages. And I was persuaded out of it. By, this is for kids, it needs a softer.
Your heart, Jeff.
I know. It's for real. I look at those books and I think, I wish I would have started with a death immediately. I wish I would have started with the storm hitting you when you're in trouble. And I didn't. And that still lingers in my head of, I don't do that now. We're not starting at 1, we're starting at 8.5. And we'll get to 15 later. You know what I mean? Yeah. But you got to learn. Sometimes you have to commit to the work and then go, I don't know. I'm satisfied with the books. I just, when I read them, I think 8-year-old kids can handle a lot more than that.
They can.
Yeah.
And being a parent, you know that. Yeah.
Right.
Well, you don't have enough to do, but with the podcast and all these other things, and of course preparing for the next seasons upcoming and editing the ones that you've already shot, but maybe more of Stranded, maybe. I don't know. It's funny you bring up it again, because I learned another lesson from Stranded. Right. We were trying to do a movie version, and we were pretty close, but I was insistent on writing it and directing it. And I couldn't really get the script to a place where it was working. The lesson I learned from Stranded, second lesson, collaboration. It took me a long time to realize I'm a whole lot better with a team, camera operators, a wardrobe person, than I am trying to do everything. But in my head, I was going to be, I'll write it, I'll direct it. Another missed opportunity, but huge lesson. And Survivor Now, that was many, many years ago, but Survivor Now is the ultimate collaboration. All of our heads of departments are in charge of their department. There's I'm the showrunner, in quotes. We all run the show. I think building the challenges is so interesting.
That's a whole nother department. Yeah, they have their own autonomy. They know what we need. When we show up, there's this unbelievable thing built, and the whole team built it. Yeah.
And it's got to look good on camera too.
Also has to look good. Art department. Now they got to come in and scenic it and make it pop. And what's our color scheme this year?
Yeah, against the terrain. Yeah. So you directed SCAD friend Matthew Lillard in Finder's Fee many years ago, and he has nothing but glowing praise for you. He said, "I love the dude. I haven't seen him in 20 years. I still love him." But he also was talking about that you never cracked under pressure, even when the set literally burned down, and you never hesitated to give clear direction, even to legends like James Earl Jones. I wonder, where did that confidence come from so early in your directing career?
I saw Matthew last night. It was really nice to see him, and those are really nice words. That's. I think it just honestly, I've been saying yes and been on sets as often as I could, and I studied directing, and I studied with a woman for that movie who teaches directors how to behave with actors, how to learn what intentions are, and how to playable they are, and so I don't know. I mean, James Earl Jones made it very easy, I think, is probably the answer. This is a guy that we paid, it was SAG minimum, so it was like $500 maybe a day or maybe a week. I mean, James Earl Jones did not need to do this movie. And when I asked him later, why did you say yes? We also had Ryan Reynolds. We had all these great guys. But James was a legend, and he said, I did it to help a young filmmaker, you.
What an act of generosity.
And later, Sarasota Film Festival gave him a Lifetime Achievement Award for Finder's Fee. He showed up. He didn't need another trophy. He didn't need somebody to tell him he's great. He did it for me, to get awareness for the movie. I mean, that's probably what Matthew saw, was just a great actor saying, nice piece of direction, Mr. Probst, thank you so much. And then did whatever he knew he should have done anyway.
That's so interesting. Well, might you direct another narrative, do you think?
I would like to. I would. I didn't think I would want to for a long time, but I've learned so much about how I would want to do something that I could shoot the way I've learned how to shoot on Survivor.
Ooh, like what would that be?
Well, just something that the environment works for multiple cameras, more natural lighting. You know, I don't know that I have the patience for a single camera, light the actor, go to the other side, light the other close-up, matching close-ups. I'm not saying that's not a good way. That's how you make movies. But I would like to get a little more aggressive and a little more guerrilla style and try to do something where you're blending scripted with human behavior to see if you could stumble upon a new way to tell that story and a faster way, you know, so you can get your coverage quickly and authentically in 1 or 2 takes and marry that. Because when I watch in the edit bays on Survivor, it is amazing what our operators do. It's amazing what they can read. They can be on you and know something's happening here. Whip pan over, frame it, it's in focus, back to your reaction, tilt down to your hand, over the card, the other guy's got, and you're like, the scene is cut in real time.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
That makes it a bit easier in the end.
Exactly.
I know Quinn asked you when the tribe has spoken on whatever day that comes, what do you hope people will say about Survivor? And you talked about authenticity.
Yeah. That's what I'm into Survivor about, is going back to the very first season. We had this guy, Richard Hatch, gay guy. We had Rudy Bosch, 45-year Navy SEAL. He was 72 years old. Those two worlds would never meet in a normal situation. But they met on Survivor, and Rudy became friends. And he says, he goes, I've never been friends with a gay guy. I like him, not in no homosexual way, but I like him. That language today may seem weird. This was the year 2000, but the message was, I like this guy. I don't care if he's gay. Back then, that was groundbreaking to see a Navy SEAL. That's what still attracts me to the show, is the humanness. And that when you really strip all of us down and see what we're made of, we're not that different. When you get rid of politics and all that other stuff, we just want happiness. We want our kids to be okay. We want our dog to live a long time. You know, whatever those things are, we're all basically human.
Yes.
That's what I love about Survivor, is it brings out the human in you.
Yeah.
And you get to take this incredible adventure at the same time.
Wow. Well, so many people say Survivor is Jeff and Jeff is Survivor.
Yeah, I love that sentiment, and I get it because I've been the only face. But I'm 100% on this. That format is indestructible. Survivor is an incredible format. It goes back to what we talked about earlier with the box. If somebody else took over the show, if you took it over, you would wisely say, you know what I'd like to do? I'd like to take a look at things from this angle. Like when I was given the reins, a lot of very smart people gave me advice, and the advice was, don't mess it up. And I'm like, yeah. And they basically were saying, keep doing the same, and it'll run a little longer. But I had ideas. I didn't want to do it the way it's been doing. I'd been chomping at the bit for these ideas I had. I wanted to make it a family show. I wanted Joseph Campbell. I wanted a more cinematic visual approach. So back to that glass ball, I'm throwing that ball up. If you give it to me, I'm throwing it.
You're throwing it.
I'm going to try to catch it. I might not. But so I don't think the show dies if I leave. I think you just need a new point of view.
Well, The Hero's Journey, it's a classic.
Yes.
Of all the winners, heroes, and villains over the decades, there's definitely the one survivor who's seen it all. Thank you for the adventures.
Oh, thank you.
And I look forward to the future, too. This next season, very exciting.
Thank you.
And if you're ever, we have 3 locations, so if
Oh.
Fiji ever loses its charm, you'd have a lot of interns, too.
I love that. I've loved being here. What you've built is truly, I mean it, it's really incredible. I had no idea something like this existed when I was young. I had no idea there was a place I could go and collaborate with people who were into the same things I was into. It still blows my mind. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
I hope you enjoyed hearing from Jeff Probst. You can watch Survivor 50 right now on CBS. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.